Good morning, San Diego, and yes, our daily live coverage of the coronavirus. Yesterday, we were at County Health. Today, it's Miramar because a plane arrived last night. At least one more plane due in today. We'll talk about it straight ahead. Francella, no umbrellas this morning.
No umbrellas this morning. We're going to have just very, very light rain, much drier than what it was yesterday. But don't just put it away just yet, Ed, because we still have a chance of more rain, especially on Thursday and Friday. Details coming up. Good Morning San Diego starts right now.
This is Good Morning San Diego.
Good morning, San Diego. I'm Lauren Finney.
And I am Paul Rudy. Today, Wednesday, March 11th, coming up in this hour of Good Morning San Diego, we will have an expert in talking more about the coronavirus.
Yeah, I think it's important as we start to hear more about this, we start to get more cases, that we really talk about what's going on with this virus, why it's important to pay attention, but also not panic, not raid the shelves at the store. And so Dr. Walia will be here to really talk about what we're dealing with and what's smart to do and what's not smart to do, and for who, because it depends on who you are. So. And
is our want to do sometimes on Wednesdays is to have our auto expert, KUSI's Dave Stahl, on the patio. He'll be out there with a 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander. So we will we'll get a look at that new shiny vehicle as well.
Okay. We begin with all lanes on the 5 northbound being closed between the 163 and Hawthorne following a double fatal crash.
2 people have been killed after a head-on wrong-way crash. According to the CHP, the head-on crash happened just after 1 o'clock this morning near 4th Avenue overpass. It's unknown if alcohol or drugs were a factor. We will update you with when these lanes are back open.
Well, a second, larger group of passengers from the Grand Princess cruise ship are expected to arrive at MCAS Miramar today.
This comes after a group of 50 to 60 SoCal residents from the ship arrived at the base last night. Ed Lindeman is live at MCAS Miramar with more details. Here we go again, Ed.
Good morning, Ed.
Here we go again under the heading. Good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. Under the heading, we know the drill. Another quarantine here at MCAS Miramar, and many more people to follow. So last night, 9:30, 737 charter, bringing some 50 to 60 Californians here to the Marine base. 900 to 1,000 of the passengers aboard the Grand Princess cruise ship are from California, being quarantined here and at Travis Air Force Base in Northern California. We're told in all some 400 of these 900 to 1,000 will be quarantined here. So 50 to 60 arrived last night. Do the math. Does that mean 350-ish today? Does that mean 2 planes as opposed to 1? Miramar isn't saying much. We'll go to their tweet in just a moment. So in all, 21 people aboard the cruise ship, 19 of whom are crew members, tested positive for the virus. It's stressed. None of the people coming here, some 400 again, have any symptoms. Here now, Dr. Eric McDonald. He's the county's epidemiology immunization specialist.
They're using the valuable lessons they learned from the previous structure and are applying it here. The major difference is that all of these individuals are California residents who are going to be coming here. Some, we hope, are going to be mostly Southern California residents, and we will be able to leverage the social connections that they have already with Southern California to make their transition into quarantine and out of quarantine in 14 days a little bit easier.
Okay, Miramar has a very brief tweet, simply another flight expected to arrive today. We got that 400 number, not from Miramar. Nobody's talking about numbers. We got that 400 number from County Supervisor Diane Jacob, who announced that at a briefing yesterday. So at least another plane today. Depending on the size of the plane, does that mean it might be 2 flights if, in fact, some 350 are headed this way? Stay tuned. We'll have the very latest for you. Obviously, we're either at County Public Health or we're at Miramar. And right now, it's Miramar awaiting at least 1 more flight. We are live along at the East Gate here. Back to you guys.
All right. Thank you, Ed.
So here's the latest count for the coronavirus.
As of this morning, more than 1,000 cases in 38 states and Washington, D.C. have tested positive for coronavirus. 31 people across the country have died, 24 in the state of Washington, 3 here in California, 2 in Florida, 1 in New Jersey, and now 1 in South Dakota. The West Coast has been hit hardest by this virus, with 436 confirmed cases and 27 deaths.
Local colleges are responding to the coronavirus. UC San Diego will put all classes online starting March 25th. San Diego State University is moving classes online starting after spring break on April 6th. Cal State University and Point Loma Nazarene University will continue in-person classes. USD is considering shifting to online courses.
And with many colleges canceling in-person classes due to the coronavirus, some parents of elementary students are concerned about schools shutting down. The San Diego Unified School District Board held an emergency meeting last night and voted unanimously to grant authority to the district superintendent, Cindy Martin, to shut schools down. This is an enabling action, giving Superintendent Martin the authority to close schools.
When we start seeing a lot of community exchange of this virus, which we have not yet seen in San Diego, that they will begin to close some schools or all schools. I think that public health departments are grappling with how long schools would have to be closed in order to make a difference. I think what they would have to see is that the exchange of disease, the rate that diseases are accumulating, actually shows a decline. And I think when they see that decline, they'll start thinking, well, maybe it's becoming safer to reopen schools and have children start mingling again.
So while the superintendent was given authority, actually closing schools has not been proposed yet.
The coronavirus is having a ripple effect on our local economy and events. The San Diego Opera is canceling 2 upcoming performances of The Aging Magician that were scheduled for this weekend. The La Jolla Symphony and Chorus has canceled its Saturday and Sunday performances of Benjamin Britten's War Requiem. UC San Diego's Art Power Performing Arts Series is canceling all 6 of its remaining concerts that were scheduled to take place this week and May 2nd.
One of San Diego's largest conventions, the American Association for Cancer Research's annual meeting, has postponed its conference in late April. It's unclear when or where it will reschedule. And the 2020 Kyoto Prize Symposium, which has been scheduled in San Diego from March 17th through March, about a week later, the 19th, has been canceled. The Kyoto Prize is an international award meant to recognize significant achievements in scientific, cultural, and spiritual realms.
And the coronavirus is also taking a toll on our sports world. It starts with UC San Diego's decision to bar all fans from attending Triton home games for the spring session. March Madness games are set to go on as scheduled. There have been no cancellations of high school events here, but teams are out of state are staying home, so those games are not happening. As of now, Petco Park remains ready for business on opening day. March 26th, Major League Baseball is monitoring but has not stopped any spring training games. Players are being given extra protection from becoming sick. Autograph sessions have been canceled, and 3 of 4 major sports are barring media from non-essential personnel from locker rooms.
All right, so to stay updated on all of the closures, KUSI does have a section on our website so that you can go there. Just hit the COVID-19 update button and you will have a list of all the latest changes and closures as they're being announced so you can stay up to date. As far as staying up to date on the weather with our storm, Francella is here with a look now. A little bit better start to the day.
Much better. Good morning, Lauren, Paul. It is hump day, and I think it was nice driving into work with the roadways drier, right?
And clear.
And clear, definitely. It is a little foggy out there. This is a great photo from Scott, Sorrento Valley. Not too far away from Kearney Mesa, and we do have some dense fog in some parts of the county, especially right over Ramona, also Brownfield and IB dealing with low visibility. But most of all, Ramona, visibility down to less than 1/4 mile. Just to give you an idea, the rainfall amount that we've received so far has been impressive, from 1/2 inch to more than 1 inch. Oceanside definitely takes over with 1 1/4 inches. Valleys, 1 inch to 1/4 inches, and almost more than 1.5 inches. Granite Hills, this is close to El Cajon, and the mountains, certainly Birch Hill, Booker Hill, more than 2 inches of rain. My goodness, and we're going to get some more, although today it's going to be much drier than what it was yesterday. We only have a few sprinkles here and there, really mostly dry at the moment, although we may have a few very light scattered showers through the morning hours, even into the afternoon, but mostly for the valleys and the mountains of San Diego County, drying out by tonight, and then the bulk of the rain, more rain, will be arriving for tomorrow. But in the meantime, if you're heading out the door, it is cloudy in downtown San Diego with 63, 60 in Carlsbad, 60 National City, 58 Chula Vista, El Cajon 59. Temperatures today are going to be comfortable, mild, 68 for the coast, 70 for the inland valleys, 52 for the mountains, 75 for the deserts. And we're going to talk a little bit more about the storm because it's still there. It's just spinning around and it's not going to go away just yet. So we are going to have a chance of more rain coming our way. In the meantime, it's 6:10. Let's take a look at our traffic. It has been much better than yesterday morning, but we do have that SIG alert to tell you about. And this is on the 5 freeway. We have a SIG alert there. Let me just put that in full. This is SIG alert on the 5 north at State Route 163. All lanes are closed at Hawthorne, and traffic is backed up all the way to the Coronado Bridge. So, see, I'm thinking coronavirus. It's like, you know, it's like what is it, a Freudian slip? Yes. Yeah, thinking coronavirus. But yeah, you definitely want to avoid the 5 northbound. You may want. I think that's why the 805 is a little bit busier there, but 805 or the 15 will be a better choice because of that major crash.
Okay, right. Thanks, Francella.
See you in a bit.
All right, buckle up. Get ready to get on the Wall Street roller coaster.
Jane King is standing by at the NASDAQ. Good morning, Jane.
Hello, good morning to you. And we are looking lower again today, about 900 points. So this whiplash continues here today. The big thing, we'll be watching the White House hosting a meeting with several Wall Street executives today. So the focus will be the economic impact of the coronavirus, the market's reaction to it. Executives from Goldman Sachs, Wells Fargo, Citigroup, JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, all expected to attend. Now, we hear the president will ask them to be flexible in terms of loans to small businesses that are dealing with the effects of restaurants and so forth because of the coronavirus. And then also some of his proposals, they'll likely give feedback on that, such as the payroll tax holiday, maybe the delay in filing IRS tax returns this year. So that'll be interesting. That happens 3 p.m. Eastern time today. Well, Costco says it could take weeks to get its supply chain back to normal. The retailer managing its inventory by placing limits on the number of items a customer can purchase. Now, the increased demand coming as shoppers stock up on coronavirus items like Clorox wipes and canned goods. They are out of stock on a daily basis, Costco says, and it's struggling to get those shelves replenished because it buys much of those things from China. Well, the Dow gained nearly 1,200 points yesterday. Monday was the worst day since the 2008 financial crisis, but talk of government help did give us that big rally yesterday, but we're going to lose some of that today as we're pointing to an 850-point loss at the open. Live from the NASDAQ, I'm Jane King for KUSI News. Back to you.
Meanwhile, Jane, all the airlines can do is make cuts on those domestic flights, which could benefit some.
They are. Well, they could, but if people are just really scared to fly, that doesn't always help. But the airlines have been cutting prices for domestic fares in the U.S., trying to get more people to book those flights. Airfare, by the way, dropped an average of 14% between March 4th and March 7th. Demand to Asia is down more than 20% since the start of this year. Demand to Europe is down about 6% this year.
Wow.
I'm surprised it's not higher for Asia, only 20%.
Social media always has sort of a gallows humor when it comes to events like coronavirus. Instagram getting in some hot water with their attempts at humor with their filters?
Well, people are, that's right. So they say some of these filters on Instagram are completely inappropriate considering the deadly virus. And so some of these filters that are user created are, you know, people like face masks. There's kind of like green molecules floating around and stuff. So Instagram has been asked to pull those. They have not made a comment yet about what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Always somebody.
Tacky.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Jane. Appreciate it.
Okay.
There's some silver lining there in the market. We'll focus on that.
Yes. Well, hopefully in an hour's time, the roller coaster will be
Yeah.
headed in the other direction.
Well, coming up, crews working at San Onofre held a demonstration yesterday to show the testing of the radiation now at the defunct nuclear generating station. We'll tell you about the demonstration and what it showed.
Plus, it's the only major charitable raffle that guarantees every participant wins a prize. Yeah, Allie
I
Wagner.
want that wine
Sign
rack.
me up. She's live in Rancho Santa Fe with how you can get some of these raffle tickets.
Oh my gosh, yes, we're going to tell you all about that, plus show you this beautiful house. That would be the grand prize coming up. Good morning, San Diego. We'll be right back.
The new expanded Sycuan Casino Resort is here. Be one of the first to experience all the new dining options Sycuan Casino Resort has to offer. Visit Sycuan.com for all the exciting details.
Well, tickets are on sale now for the San Diego Giving Back raffle. The raffle benefits the Ronald McDonald House Charities of San Diego.
Allie Wagner's live in Rancho Santa Fe with more on this raffle. Good morning, Allie.
Good morning. Yeah, I know. I had a tough assignment this morning. I said, okay, Chuck, I guess I'll come hang out with you at this really amazing home. So break down the raffle for us. Tell me what's new, what's going on this year.
Well, it's a San Diego Giving Back raffle, and we have reimagined this event to partner with our gala concert in the fall, our Giving Back concert. And so tonight it feels like tonight, this morning we are bringing on and launching our San Diego Giving Back raffle to benefit the Ronald McDonald House here in San Diego.
Okay, so talk to me a little bit about how this works.
Sure.
Because now you guys are saying, okay, we've got a whole slew of prizes. Everybody's going to get a prize.
Yeah, it's a guaranteed prize. If you enter our raffle, you will win a prize, and those prizes range from a guaranteed $1 million grand prize, or as we sell up to 44,000 tickets or above, we will be in a position to make available this grand prize option, a 5,980 square foot home here in Rancho Santa Fe, and then of course up to 1,000 other prizes. One of them, my favorite, is a 17-night, 18-day trip to Antarctica to see the solar eclipse.
Wow. Okay. So either guaranteed 1 million, or if you sell 44,000 tickets, then the house becomes an option.
And by the way, for the last 5 of the last 6 years, we've sold well more than 44,000 tickets. And so we're making this house available as that grand prize option as well. Again, it's up to the participant to make that choice. And I should say, with the other part about guaranteeing the grand prize, we have that concert out there. So we have trips, we have cars, we have cash available, and then also our great Giving Back concert. So everyone who participates will have a chance to be a winner in our raffle this year.
Now, so for people who don't know the work that you guys do, and we were just talking about it, you're very busy at the Ronald McDonald House, and there's a lot of kids families that need help. Talk a little bit about what the money goes to when you're donating to this.
Well, the San Diego Giving Back raffle and sdraffle.com, where you can find out how to get tickets. All proceeds benefit the San Diego House, and each year we make available our home away from home for 56 families to stay overnight, and another 12,000 family members that come into our house to receive breakfast, lunch, and dinner. A chance to step away from the hospital bed where their child is as they're trying to move through a very serious illness or injury. And so our job is to provide that step away. And it's our 40th anniversary year right now. We've been very busy for quite some time, and over the last 10 years, we've provided more than 20,000 room nights each and every year. As I mentioned earlier, we have 25 families on our wait list, and so we're looking for plans through this raffle and other fundraisers in San Diego to find out if we can build more.
Yeah, and this is San Diego, right? So all the money that's raised here, is that going to stay right here?
Everything we raise for the San Diego Giving Back raffle stays right here in San Diego, right here at our San Diego Ronald McDonald House, and it's a major fundraiser for us, along with our Giving Back concert in the fall. These partner events are going to make a big impact for the families we serve, so it's going to be great. SDRaffle.com, $150 to get into our raffle. You can also buy discounted ticket packages, add-on drawings for up to $20,000 a week, 1,000 prizes. So we've got it all going, but 1,000 prizes for the raffle, and then concert tickets as well makes everybody the winner.
Oh my gosh, you guys! Plus, I mean, just getting to come hang out and here this morning is pretty darn nice. I'm telling you, some really cool stuff. We'll keep looking at the house, but there you have it. For now, guys, back over to you.
Yep, that looks pretty nice.
Lauren with the understatement of the morning. I really like that house. I could live there.
Yeah.
Jeez, you think?
I'd probably have to struggle to pay the property taxes on it. But no, it's really, I love the wine rack. I need to do that in my house. So, Allie, just make sure before you leave there this morning, you take us up to the master bath, because that looked pretty nice, too.
Oh, yeah. Believe me, we can explore. We'll go explore a little bit. Check out what we can see
on the top row.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Allie.
Maybe you can win that one, too. Put it in the garage.
Does the wine come with the house? Well, we do have a story that we had mentioned earlier. In an effort to ease concerns for the public, the San Onofre nuclear power plant officials there held a demonstration to show how much or how little radiation is actually emanating from the plant while it's being dismantled.
KUSI's Dan Plant was there to watch that demonstration firsthand.
Even though the San Onofre nuclear plant has not produced electricity in years, this place is a beehive of activity. Only today, all of that activity is designed to contain and remove the nuclear waste.
We will keep the fuel here stored safe until the federal government or an independent agency creates a place to put it.
Until that day comes, tons of nuclear waste will be stored right here on the California coast.
0.3, which would equivalent to 30 microrem per hour. So the levels are really very low.
Since so many people have so many concerns about potential dangers, Edison put on a show and tell, hoping to make people feel safer.
The exposure rate's really very low, and it's all because of the shielding that we use, a lot of concrete, a lot of steel, all around the container.
Although not required by law, San Onofre is now outfitted with an elaborate radiation monitoring system which updates every 5 minutes.
In order to make sure that nobody is unnecessarily concerned about their health, we're publishing this data to show them what the real information is.
And that real information will now be collected and made available to anyone and everyone who is interested.
This rad monitor sends data to a server, which then the data is compiled and sent to the California Department of Health, who then will publish it every month.
Hoping to put things into perspective, they used a radiation detector on everyday things like a rock from the desert. In some cases, naturally occurring radiation is actually stronger than what's now coming from San Onofre.
That's an example of the presence of naturally radioactive materials in the environment.
So here we are on the platform that they call the dry storage facility, and basically this is where all the nuclear waste is going to be stored until it can get out of here and off the coast. The next one to go is right here. As you can see, it's all covered up with a tarp. Eventually they're going to take one of those canisters, drop it all the way into the ground, cover it the same way they've covered all of these things, and wait for the government to actually act and find a permanent, if not permanent, an intermediate storage facility so this stuff can get off the coast. In order to get off the coast, it has to be kept here first in dry storage on the coast. It's the final step to prepare for eventual removal.
So our job is to make sure that we're ready as soon as any place opens up.
In the event that something does open up, San Onofre is restoring their railway system, a railway that was once headed to Yucca Mountain, Nevada, until President Obama shut it down.
Yucca Mountain is stopped now, but there's talk of maybe refunding it. I mean, that's a political issue.
Regardless of what happened up until this point, once a nuclear plant is shut down and it goes into decommissioning, that old nuclear waste is then the property of the federal government. That's right, no longer Southern California Edison's problem. It is the feds' problem. But the problem with that is the feds don't have a plan. They shut down Yucca Mountain. There's a couple of temporary facilities that they have not made available. Something has to give. This is not the only nuclear plant that needs a place to go, by the way. More than a dozen nuclear plants in the United States are looking for a place to store that nuclear waste. The federal government needs to get on it and get on it fast, or this nuclear waste will be sitting here for a long, long time. We're outside San Onofre. Dan Plant, KUSI News.
Thank you, Dan. SDG&E is now supporting nonprofits that aim to help the environment. The company begins its 10th annual Environmental Champions Program on Tuesday. The program provides grants to organizations that help the environment in San Diego and southern Orange counties. This year, funding went towards urban green projects, including planting trees and habitat restoration.
Horton Plaza may finally be getting a long-awaited makeover. A developer has secured $330 million to transform the mall into a technology campus. The loan comes from different funds organized by an investment management company. The plan will allow up to 800 construction workers to turn the area into the largest urban tech campus in the nation. The project is expected to be complete by the end of 2021.
One of San Diego's biggest companies is getting recognized for its innovation. Qualcomm is named one of the world's most innovative companies of 2020. Fast Company magazine made the list and ranked Qualcomm high. It joins companies like Tesla, Microsoft, and Spotify. Qualcomm not only made the top 50, but did not make the top 50, but did make second under the consumer electronics section. So in its subcategory, it finished second.
All right.
Well, the coronavirus is a growing concern as there are more confirmed cases around the country.
Dr. Mandeep Bhatia is standing by in our green room with how to protect yourself from the virus and more when we come back on Good Morning San Diego.
The KUSI Green Room is brought to you by Renovation Realty. We renovate, we sell, you profit.
Gorgeous moon out there this morning.
A warm moon.
Not being distracted with the rain, so.
Right.
Clear shot this morning. It is 6:30. Welcome back. A second larger group of passengers from the Grand Princess cruise ship is expected to arrive at MCAS Miramar today.
This comes after a group of 50 or 60 SoCal residents from the ship arrived at the base last night. Ed Lindeman is live at MCAS Miramar once again with the details. Good morning, Ed.
Good morning, Ed.
Good morning. Good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. Under the heading, we know the drill. Another quarantine at MCAS Miramar, and a much larger group, as Lauren and Paul indicated, headed this way, and apparently that is going to be today. So 9:30 last night, this was a charter 737, not the big 747s that we saw a little while ago. 50 to 60 Californians aboard the chartered 737 when it landed late last night, 9:30 here at Miramar. 900 to 1,000 of the passengers, we talked about this yesterday, aboard the Grand Princess cruise ship are from California. So they're being quarantined here as well as Travis Air Force Base in Northern California. We are told some 400 people in all will be quarantined here at MCAS Miramar. So do the math. Does that mean 350 arriving today? Does that mean 2 charters as opposed to 1, depending on the size of the plane? 21 people aboard the ship, 19 of whom are crew members tested positive for the virus. None of the people coming this way have any symptoms of the coronavirus. Here now, Dr. Eric McDonald. He's the county specialist in epidemiology and immunization.
They're using the valuable lessons they learned from the previous structure and are applying it here. The major difference is that all of these individuals are California residents who are going to be coming here. Some, we hope, are going to be mostly Southern California residents, and we will be able to leverage the social connections that they have already with Southern California to make their transition into quarantine and out of quarantine in 14 days a little bit easier.
Now, Miramar has a very brief tweet. It simply says, another plane today. That's as far as it goes, no numbers. We got that 400 number from County Supervisor Diane Jacobs. She announced that yesterday during a briefing. So, in all, 400, very smaller group, obviously, arriving yesterday, 50 to 60. Does that mean 350 today? And in fact, depending on the size of the plane, does it mean 2 planes? Stay tuned. We'll have the very latest for you as it develops. We are live at MCAS Miramar as opposed to County Health, where we would normally be. Back to you guys.
All right, Ed, thank you. So a lot of people have questions about the coronavirus, understandably. Dr. Mandeep Walia is here from the Gain Wellness Center to give us some tips and really help sort out some of the concern that we're seeing. Dr. Walia, thank you so much for being here this morning. So we really want to start with, first of all, just educating people. There's a lot on social media, which is the last place you should probably pay attention to.
Yes.
But there is this idea of you have one group that says, oh my gosh, and is panicking. And then on the other end of the spectrum, you have, well, more people die from the flu. This isn't that serious. Why are we hyping this up?
Yeah, you bring an excellent point because there is a lot of confusion and people just don't know if they should panic or they should totally just relax. And I think at this point, we know enough that we need to be concerned, but we don't need to panic. We need to prepare. We need to educate ourselves about this. And also CDC as well as San Diego County website are some great web pages where we can get some information that's actually more legitimate than going on social media. And so definitely we know enough by now. Obviously it's a new virus, new pathogen, so there is still a lot of research that has to be done. But it's here, and we're going to see more and more people getting infected with it. So again, number one thing still remains prevention. It is, and it will always be the best medicine.
Okay, so you bring up a great point that people are paying attention to this, and we should be concerned and maybe change our habits a little bit because it's a novel coronavirus. It's a new virus, which means we don't have immunity to it.
We don't have immunity, and also we don't really know exactly the terms, and we don't have a vaccine, we don't have any drugs to treat for it. So if somebody does get infected, really there is more supportive care that can be given. But from CDC, we know enough about the data, people who have been infected, that elderly people, people who are older than 60 years of age, people with pre-existing conditions with heart disease as well as lung complications are more prone to this if they do get infected. So what I would say is really take this information and then apply it to yourself. See what your risk factors are. If you are an elderly, somebody with immune compromised health concerns, somebody who has underlying heart disease, diabetes, or you have some lung complications like asthma and allergies in your medical history, then you want to prepare yourself a little bit more and really prevent, first of all, getting this flu if possible.
And for the rest of society, it's really about being more considerate to those individuals and showing support to those individuals, and that means keeping ourselves healthy.
That's so true, Lauren, and that's what we're calling now, there is a new word, social distancing, right?
Yes,
we're
I was going to get to that, yeah.
But here's the thing, we don't really want to isolate ourselves so much as a preventative measure, because that's going to also cause more anxiety as well as more stress. Now we know stress causes immune system to even suppress more, but we need our immune system to be strong in a time like this so that we can actually fight the coronavirus if we do get it.
So social distancing is important, but stay in touch, still show support, FaceTime.
Yes, FaceTime, calling, and having a plan for that. So I think if we're prepared, that takes a little bit of anxiety away. I mean, we're seeing people just taking toilet papers and hoarding all these supplies at home. I think to some degree that's required, and be prepared for it just in case if we are quarantined for up to 14 days. But let's leave some for other people in the stores as well and not just really deplete and cause more concern and anxiety.
Great point. Okay, so this is probably the #1 question that people have been asking. Is now the time to travel on a plane?
Yes, and it is. It's a question that's on everybody's mind, and especially when we hear in the news and social media how a lot of big events are canceling, and airplanes and flights are kind of canceling their routes as well. But here's the thing, they're charging no change fees at this point. A lot of airlines are doing that to support people and to encourage people. If you are sick, not even just with coronavirus, at this point if you're sick with flu or cold, just stay home. So it's case by case, Lauren, still at this point. But there are some countries, if you go on CDC website, you can see the travel advisories to certain countries like China. Italy is one of those where it is a travel alert 3. I mean, obviously, those are places you want to cancel your trips at this point.
And just really important to keep our immune systems supported, stay healthy.
Yes.
What else should we be doing?
Well, this is the time to really empower ourselves. Your doctors have probably been telling people who have diabetes, who have chronic diseases, that go get exercise, go eat better. This is the time to prepare and maximize our health and really optimize our health, because if we're healthy, our immune system is strong, we can fight not only this disease, but mostly all chronic diseases. So I would say be proactive. If you have been putting off not working out, not going to spend some time outside hiking, walking, whatever that might be, now is the time to take the action and start eating better, start exercising, and start taking care of your bodies.
Dr. Walia, great advice. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, Francella, we will turn now to the weather and when the rain's coming back. It's not over yet, right?
No, not over yet. We're going to get a little bit of a break, Lauren, and then more rain definitely will be coming. So let's take a look outside. Happy Wednesday, everybody. It is hump day, a beautiful sunrise. We do have still some clouds and instability across the desert southwest, especially right over Arizona, also into Las Vegas, and definitely more instability and rain coming down in parts of Ventura, Santa Barbara, and San Luis Obispo. For us, just a few sprinkles here and there, but really not much going on this morning, especially compared to what we had yesterday, although we may have a few very light scattered showers through the day today, tapering off by this evening, especially tonight. It'll be mostly dry. However, this is a main storm system. It's going to be pushing to the southwest or west-southwest away from us. So it's going to pull that moisture from us. And that's the reason why it's going to be mostly dry. And then by late tonight into Thursday, it's going to start to get closer to Southern California, and it's going to actually pick up some subtropical moisture with it, bringing us a chance of more rain. So we may actually accumulate an inch to an inch and a half more precipitation, especially for the mountains, for the coastal areas, up to an inch. So we're going to see definitely even the chance of some thunderstorms potentially for tomorrow. Here's a look at our temperatures. 59 El Cajon, 63 downtown San Diego, 53 Valley Center, the mountains, low 40s for the most part. Julian 46, Borrego Springs 53. Our temperatures today, 68 for the coast, 70 for the inland valleys, 52 for the mountains, 75 for the deserts. Again, just a chance of very light showers, only about a 20% chance, a few hundredths of an inch of that. Southern California temperatures for today, Palm Springs 75, San Bernardino 69, LA 70, and Santa Barbara 69. Your 7-day forecast powered by AccuWeather with that low pressure system still kind of spinning around. It is still going to bring us a chance of rain, especially for Thursday into Friday. And then we'll get a little bit of a break Friday into Saturday, although the marine layer is going to get a little thick, so we may have a little bit of drizzle. The next chance of rain will be Sunday into Monday, and then Tuesday for St. Patrick's Day. There is a chance of some precipitation. It'll be a colder system, so we may even see a little bit of snow over our local mountains. Inland areas from 70 to 67, cooling down to 62, and then over the weekend we'll see more sunshine, drier conditions. For the mountains, 52 to 49, 45 on Friday. We have a good chance of some thunderstorms, especially for Thursday, with showers coming in from the east. Deserts, 75 to 72, also with that chance of thunderstorms for tomorrow. Let's take a look at our traffic. It is 6:41 on this Wednesday morning. Hope you're having a great morning. Here's a look at the 5. The 5 northbound, we still have that signal alert. All lanes are closed at the 5 north and the 163 because of a fatal crash there. The ramp to the northbound 5 is closed. This is on 163 south at the 5, and traffic is getting worse by the minute on that 5. 102 minutes. Definitely avoid it if you can. Take another route. The 5 south coming out of Oceanside and Carlsbad looking pretty good. No major problems there at the moment. Guys?
All right, good to see. Thanks, Francella. All right, maybe you'd want to take a new ride down the 5.
Well, we have one like on the patio, Lauren.
Oh, good.
Dave Stahl is here with a look at I think the Outlander, right? The 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander. It's going to be on our patio. We're going to be talking wheels when Good Morning San Diego returns.